Class is in session. MLB Hitting the Book show Wednesday, September 30 in Cameron. Connor Mack will be here in just a moment, and we're ready to break down the rest of the Wednesday MLB card. We did have a few afternoon games earlier today, but we've still got the majority of the games coming up here on this Wednesday night. And with that in mind, let's get into it. And we will begin with let me see here. There we go. LA Dodgers and the Pittsburgh Pirates. We've got the Dodgers minus 170 road favorites, 8.5 being the total here in this game. Again, when you're talking about the Pittsburgh Pirates, you almost have to split this season in half when it comes to the Pirates. On the road, you don't want much to do with them, but they continue to play really, really good baseball here at PNC Park. I don't know the reason for it. Is it just because it's, a nice location, beautiful backdrop with the three rivers there? I have no idea. Maybe Primanti Brothers, the great sandwich shop in Pittsburgh. I don't know. But for some reason, the Pirates play very well at home. They're 40-30 at home. They're 15 games below 500, but they're 10 games above 500 at home. They're 40-30 at PNC Park this year. They have played excellent here in this ballpark. They beat the Dodgers 9-7 last night in the series opener. We'll see how Emmett Sheehan fares here for the Dodgers. He's a pitcher that has been coming off a great start against the Reds, 7-inning shutout ball, but on the road he's been a little bit more susceptible. We'll see how he fares in this matchup. Decent numbers overall. I actually like Braxton Ashcraft, who's going to get the start here for the Pirates. In the month of August, he's given up just 3 runs over a span of almost 20 innings, in a 1.42 ERA. He's won each of his last 2 home starts. I think there's value with the Pirates here at plus 150. And if you want to be a little bit safer, you can take the plus 1.5 on the run line with the Pirates. But I think they're a live home dog. 40-30 at home and getting this kind of a price is hard to ignore. C-Mac, what do you think here? Dodgers, Pirates.
Yeah, why not?
40-30 at home, the Pirates.
I know. Let's just think about how bad they've been on the road. What are they? 25 games under on the road?
Yeah.
Or more than that?
More than that. Yeah, more than that. Yeah.
Wow. Sheehan's been pretty good. He, the last couple road starts, that's what I'm thinking here. I think the value could look like plus 0.5, because in that way I'd look at the Pirates team total kind of even. So, but I don't mind it. I think they are live here as dogs. And Sheehan off a really good start against the Reds. I like his stuff. Dodgers are going to need him. I think, we'll see. Maybe out of the pen in stretches with the playoffs. It's a bit the way our bullpen's been with all these guys. So, but yeah, Buccos. How can you not?
All right, Blue Jays and Reds. We've got Shane Bieber for the Blue Jays, Zach Little for the Reds. Toronto minus 150, road favorites, 9 the total in this game. What a wild one last night. Both bullpens got emptied. It was just a battle of bullpens. Tons of relievers used on both sides. So really both of these bullpens are a little bit depleted today. But here the problem is it's going to be much worse, I think, for the Reds today, because Zach Little's just not a guy I trust to pitch deep into a ball game. He typically doesn't do that. 3 runs, 4.2, 3 innings, 6 innings, 4.2 innings. It's usually what you're going to get out of him. But they may have to extend him here today because of all the bullpen pitchers that were used yesterday. Meanwhile, Shane Bieber, he's going to go at least 6. He could even go 7. He's getting that arm, built back up again. They're throwing him out there for more and more, 80, 90. He could push 100 pitches today, according to John Schneider, the manager. He's obviously been great since coming back into the rotation for the Jays. 2 starts, 3 runs in 11.1 innings. He's pitched great. About 15 strikeouts without a walk for Shane Bieber as well. But very impressive to be able to come back from that kind of injury and out that long and pitch like this.
Yeah.
Very, very impressive. Obviously, it was a slugfest last night. 12-9 Blue Jays flew over the total in that game. I kind of think it could be a different story tonight. Both of these teams might, when you both score a lot of runs like that, it's not always easy to score that many the very next night. As Bieber on the mound, I think, can pitch well. I kind of want to take Toronto. I don't love this price there, especially full game and knowing, their bullpen has had some issues lately. Connor Mack has made a case with these first 5 team totals. And I think I might do that here, but I might do it with an under, because I've got my eye on Cincinnati team total under 1.5, even money in the first 5 innings. I think that's a good bet. I think that's the best way to bet this. Feel kind of like Blue Jays, that Bieber can hold the Reds to 1 run or less in the first 5 innings. And keep in mind, Bieber in his first 2 starts, he's given up 3 runs combined here so far. So he's pitched very well. I think there's a chance he holds the Reds to 1 or even shuts them out, but 1 at the most. I think he could pitch that well here. So, yeah, Reds first 5 team total under. I actually think that's not a bad option here. What do you think, Blue Jays, Reds?
I looked at that. I just couldn't make a play for me. I don't know. I think, one of these games he might be able to give up a couple, even though he's looked great. I mean, his arm looks live. Like you mentioned, no walks. He's looked great. 87, 92 pitches in both of those starts. So it's just, I get the value though with the 1.5, especially at that price. And this is tough because I looked at him like under. Maybe the Jays, they have really good numbers. I'm sure you were going through it. Ladd was 4 for 7, Bichette 5 for 11. So I kind of looked maybe their team total over. It just, I'm off. I had to stay off in the end. I really didn't want the Jays this price.
Yeah.
So I'm off.
All right, Cleveland and Boston. I have nothing here. So Boston minus 150, home favorites, 9 the total. I mean, not Boston, but not at this price. Not with Bernardino on the mound. I'm not that excited about taking Cleveland right now with Cantillo. So this is a quick pass. C-Mac, what do you think? Cleveland, Boston.
Yeah, bad news. Anthony going to be out. I saw that earlier today. 4 to 6 weeks. Terrible. I like how Cantillo's been pitching lately. Red Sox pretty much all year have been solid against lefties. It's just tough with the Guardians. Their team I want to back at like this price. I just couldn't do it in the end. We're going to get Dustin May. Basically the primary here. Just like got to get you to the bullpen. Those last 2 starts have been bad. And then he's had these spot starts at home where he's looked good. Like, I think this could be one where he's going to come in. He could probably go 3-4 innings and pitch well, but nothing's shown lately from his form at all that you could take it. So me as well. I had to pass. Like at the 9, if May pitches well, this game goes under.
Yeah.
Like I just couldn't trust it enough because I was looking at this under. And if he gets tagged, there's a possibility of going over, because it seems like the Red Sox they're going to get at least a couple off Cantillo.
All right, Seattle, Tampa Bay, George Kirby and Adrian Hauser on the mound here. Seattle minus 130, road favorites, 8.5 the total. This is a Steinbrenner Field, wind blowing out, warm night over for me with this game. Mariners and Rays over. That's what I bet. I just think when I see the conditions lining up like this in this little bandbox, it screams to me that there could be runs. Now, I know Kirby's capable, and he certainly could pitch well, but again, on the road, he's a little bit more dicey. And Hauser has not been the same pitcher since he's been with Tampa Bay. With the White Sox, he was pitching well. He goes to Tampa in that trade, and he really hasn't pitched well, for the most part since he's been with the Rays. Kind of gone downhill a little bit since then. With the walks have been an issue as well. So, like I said, control, command issues. He doesn't pitch deep into games. You're going to see a lot of a hodgepodge Rays bullpen. Like I said, it's good hitting conditions tonight there in Tampa. So, like I said, over 8.5 for me. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, what Hauser are we going to get? I mean, he looked pretty good in that last start. He just went 4 innings, but it was against the Nats. He only gave up 1 run. This is what I think the Rays, I'm looking at them a little bit in this game. Just because Kirby, I think this is back-to-back road starts. Because I remember the last one at Cleveland, on the 29th.
Yeah, he pitched well. 2 runs.
Pitched well. 2 bombs. Yeah, there were two solo homers, but he's kind of done that a little bit this year. I think he could get hit here. I was looking at the Rays. This is one of the ones that I just haven't played yet. Like maybe their team total or just taking them here on the money line or first 5 because I think Kirby, is due to get hit here on the road. I think it's a perfect spot for him. I don't blame you for the the over. Maybe this game does get runs. What was the final yesterday? 3-2.
Yeah. No, yesterday it was. I think yesterday wasn't it high scoring? I think yesterday.
Was it?
Seattle,
Oh, okay. I saw Cavaliero hit that homer.
Yeah, 6-5 for
6-5. Okay.
Tampa Bay yesterday. Yeah, Seattle is just floundering right now at a terrible. They've already lost 2 games to Tampa, in this series.
Yeah.
So I am not excited.
I think they get
back Tampa Bay or backing Seattle right now. That is for
Yep.
sure.
I like the Rays here. I might get in on them here.
Like they're hanging on to the wild card right now. That's how bad it's gotten. For the Mariners. Like they could miss the playoffs. Texas is 1.5 games back with the hot streak. The
Which
Rangers
is insane.
were hot. Then they lost yesterday, and they lost today as well. And then Kansas City's not even out of it. 2.5 games back. Hell, Tampa, the team Seattle's playing, is 3.5 back. And if they win tonight, they're 2.5 back. The Rays are fucking back in the mix for.
Yes. I mean, all these teams that are right around 500, like you were just saying, are hell yeah. Yep.
All right, Atlanta, Chicago, Cubs. Cubs minus 145, home favorites, 8 the total in this game with Elder and Horton. The pitching matchup here in this one. A lot of runs last night. We'll see tonight if that's the same. I automatically lean over when I see Elder on the mound. Not the biggest fan of his. 5.28 ERA his last 5 starts, but Cade Horton's been pretty good, pretty reliable. He's given up 2 runs or less in 5 straight starts. 1.44 ERA during that span. Certainly lean Cubs minus 145. A little bit not the most appealing price for me, but I certainly would lean Cubs. We know how good they've been all year at Wrigley. I don't trust Elder. I like Horton's form. It's just I wish the price was a little bit better. But minus 145, still pretty solid lean to the Cubs here. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, this game's got a little bit of rain, it looks like.
Yes, chance
across
of
the diamond.
Yep.
Yeah, we got wind from left to right.
Yep.
It's kind of strong across the diamond. This is straight. It's like Cubs get back-to-back wins, 1-run games. They open this price, all the money on them. It's kind of like, do you trust Elder, who just pitched well? Like, can he do it again? Because I think the Braves could be live here. I got to back him. You got to look at him. And Orton's been so good at home because this was tough. Because, like, the Cubs they come to play. I think their team total, they rip him. But, he's looked a little bit better, 8.5 to 8. So even if you like the Braves, maybe a plus 1.5, could be live here, keeping this game close. Both the first 2 were right. Cubs back and won the first one 7-6, and then what was it 4-3 last night?
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we've got the Phillies and the Brewers. Even money minus 110, both sides, 9 the total. Nola and Nola. Aaron Nola for the Philadelphia Phillies. Jose Quintana on the mound for the Milwaukee Brewers. Milwaukee losing 10-8 last night, or a couple nights ago it was, to the Philadelphia Phillies. We'll see how this one plays out, but it was a crazy high-scoring affair there in that one. Quintana, he got crushed in his last start. 6 runs against Arizona. Only lasted 3.2 innings. Nola's been atrocious since he's been back. Now, he has pitched a little bit better the last 2 starts, but those were against Washington and Atlanta. Now you got to go up against, one of the most patient teams. 1 through 9, there's not an easy out in this Milwaukee lineup. They're willing to take walks. They put the ball in play. They do all the right things as a lineup. And I think they're going to make Nola work here. So I like the over here, 9. Quintana's form, not, fading just slightly, and I've not been impressed with what Nola's seen, what Nola's thrown as of late for the Phillies. So I think we could see another high-scoring affair at Miller Park tonight. Over 8.5, 9. I got 8.5. I still like it at 9. C-Mac, Phillies, Brewers.
Yeah, big. Phillies too. Just not a team. We kind of can go cold on the road, and they get to Quintana, who's just at his age not a strikeout pitcher anymore. I think it's the Brewers team total. I don't know how Noel's going to pitch well. Like, if he did, I'd just be shocked. He's just been everything's been over since he's been back, over the dish. And those few starts, they got the wins. That one, they backed him with 19 runs, right, in that game. So, and there's plus price. So talk about a first 5, plus 110. Brewers over 2.5. Team total.
There you go. Another first
Crazy.
5 special. Brewers team total, first
5
5
special.
over 2.5. All right, Angels and Royals. We've got Kansas City minus 170. Home favorites 9 the total in this game. Ryan Bergert on the mound for the Kansas City Royals, and it's going to be Caden Dana here for the LA Angels making the spot start. Last time we saw Dana start games for this Angels team, September last year, ugly. 12 runs in 10.2 innings. Not good at all. So that's the concern right now that we've got with him going into this game. I don't trust him. Bergert's actually been, continues to be that 5-6 inning type of pitcher, and it gives up 2 runs. That's basically what you get every time out of Ryan Bergert. But the price is minus 170. Not the price I'm excited about back in the Royals. It's Royals or pass. I mean, I definitely think they've got the edge on starting pitching, and obviously the Royals are still playing for a lot. They're battling for wild card in the American League, but like I said, I just don't like the price enough. So it's a pass for me. C-Mac, how about you here? Angels, Royals.
Yeah, the Royals, which a little bit lately, the bats kind of woken up in some games, but I don't trust them. Now, Dana, this kid hasn't been good. Like his single A, double A, he had some pretty good numbers, and he's got hit around. And triple A has not been good. I think I don't think he goes more than a few innings. Like he just can't see. Like he might be a guy can't see the lineup the second time if you can get him, just 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And Berger, this guy just keeps pitching well. I think he can here, but with this price, there's no way, even with him on the mound, I take the Royals at all. And unless the bats explode, I take out under a 9 in this any day, which I like. You know what I mean? And it's just I just don't trust really these offenses a ton.
All right, next up, we've got the Chicago White Sox and Minnesota Twins. We've got Yandres Gomez here for the Chicago White Sox on the mound, and Zebby Matthews for the Minnesota Twins. Minnesota minus 170, home favorites, 8.5 the total in this game. This is the best bet on the board every day in baseball lately. And I've talked about it a few times now in a row. We've talked Minnesota Twins over. They are just a stone cold over team right now. They're hitting. The lineup is good enough to score runs right now with what they've got. When you've got obviously Buxton and Keyshaw and Larnach, and they got guys that they still got a lot of pop offensively, Minnesota, and they've certainly put that on display. But their pitching is just abysmal. We saw it again last night. Woods Richardson wasn't good. Ober hasn't been good lately. Joe Ryan's the only guy, and even he got roughed up a couple starts ago by Toronto, Joe Ryan. So the pitching's just not very good. Zebby Matthews, you can throw him into that same category. Hasn't been good enough for the Twins. Struggled. 4.26 ERA his last 5 starts. A little bit better in his last outing against San Diego, but he's still labored. 7 hits in 6 innings is still not great. 8 hits in 4.2 innings against Chicago 2 starts ago when he faced them. Meanwhile, you've got Yandres Gomez here for the White Sox, and nothing I see about him is really all that great. He's given up 9 runs in 9 runs in his last 3 starts combined over 13 innings. Both bullpens are vulnerable. We've seen certainly that on display. It's not like these bullpens are capable of shutting anybody down. The last 10 games, the White Sox bullpen 5.49 ERA, and the Twins bullpen 8.92 ERA in the last 10 games. So I've been riding it. It's now 10-1 to the over in the last 11 Minnesota games. So back to the over we go at 8.5. C-Mac, what do you think?
I don't blame you. Like, this is a game that could be low scoring. Both these pitchers, they just saw each other 2 starts ago. They both pitched all right. Well, he gave up 4. Did Matthews. Gomez pitched well. I thought he has been, and he kind of just had a bad start against the Yankees. I think, seeing this, it's like the Twins get to him. But I think this price is crazy. Matthews has been better at home, but I'm like, he still is giving it up. Like, the first 5, like you were admitting on the bullpens. Man, and they've had the White Sox bet full game. which I haven't had really a lot, but I don't know, a couple weeks ago they got me. I'm sure we talked about it on here, but I got to think they can get to, like, their team total is 3.5, and that's right around -120, right? For the White Sox.
Yeah.
I think that they're live in this game, like even first 5 plus a half, go that route. But I think there's a bunch of value with them here. First 5, why not? How about Montgomery? The guy's just raking, crazy.
Colson Montgomery, man,
homers.
remember the name. He's been absolutely outstanding for the White Sox. How about Lenyn
Is.
Sosa too? Don't forget about him. The way he's been stroking it lately for the Chicago White Sox. So they got some bats that are coming to life right now. All right, Athletic. Speaking of bats that come into life, none of them were coming to life last night with these two teams. Athletics and Cardinals, even money, -110, both sides, 8.5 the total. Last night I was on the A's, and that's why it can be frustrating sometimes. Like, I've seen them just smashing lately and hitting the ball and scoring runs, and then somehow last night against Miles Michaelis, they can't hit out of a wet paper bag and they lose 2-1. You know, it's hard to fathom that, but I'm coming back to the A's tonight. You know, at even money. I don't trust Liberator all that much. I don't think he's great. He's up and down. He's inconsistent. He's never going to shut you down. He's not going to pitch deep, and that's definitely what would concern me. His numbers aren't great. Jeffrey Springs is a guy that I still think there's a good pitcher in Jeffrey Springs. I really do. And I think when you look at his numbers, he's been more good than bad lately, but especially on the road. His last 2 road starts have been good. He has better road numbers than he does at home in Sacramento, as with most of the A's pitchers. So I like the A's tonight. Tough loss last night, 2-1 in a low-scoring game, but I like them here to bounce back, even money on the road. CMAC, A's, Cardinals.
This is one I don't have anything really. I just wanted to stay off. I don't want the Cardinals really here, so I kind of leaned the A's. It's just nothing that I bet. It was bad. I thought the over, but all money's on the over. I thought we might see some 9s. We haven't seen it, but like we talked, if you think the value is 8.5, that's what I was looking at in this game. Did you take the over?
No total for me. Just
no total. Just
I like the way Springs is pitching. I could see them winning like 4-2, 5-2, something like that. Yeah. Stays under.
When he's on, like, I like Ace, and the last couple of years, backing him's been pretty good. This year, it's a little bit different when I have this so far, and his season's been a little like that.
Very topsy-turvy. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. There's no argument with that. All right, next up, we've got the Yankees and Astros. Will Warren and Jason Alexander on the mound here. Yankees -130, road favorites, 9 the total. I bet the Yankees here. I'm buying in finally. I mean, they smoked Framber Valdez, who's supposed to be Houston's best pitcher last night. And my concern during this hot streak was, did you just beat up on the White Sox and the Nationals, or are you finally going to show that you can beat some good teams? The Yankees beat the Astros and beat them handily last night. And I don't like Jason Alexander. I don't think he's that great. And I like Will Warren and the way he's pitched at times for this Yankees team. And I like the way they're playing. They're hitting the ball pretty well. This is I haven't bet the Yankees often, but I took them tonight. -125 is what I got. -130. I'm still okay with it. What do you think here, CMAC? Yankees? Something's not right with the Astros too. I don't know what it is, but something's just off with them right now. And I think they're vulnerable. I think with the Yankees feeling good about themselves, they can win another tonight. What do you think here?
Yeah, this was. It's just the Astros just seem a little about, but Alexander too. He struggles versus lefties. Like, he's seen these Yankees once or twice, and he's got good numbers. I mean, I think it was just a start or two, but they're only in like $1.15 off him.
I kind of hope the Yankees go to school, because he did actually kind of shut them down last time he pitched against
that last start. Yeah, remember that?
I think the Yankees go to school, do their homework, and I think I don't know about crush them, but I think they're going to score some runs tonight.
That's why I just kind of was off, and like maybe the Yankees and just those left-handed sticks, because he's always struggled versus lefties. So yeah, maybe this is a little bit of I don't know, a strange dog. Astros could win this game, of course.
Yeah.
But, ton of money on them. This really hasn't moved. So, yeah, this could be just a Yankees team total. Alexander's been pitched well, too. I got to tip my cap to him so far.
Now we'll see if he can keep it up again. Now you're talking about a lineup that's good from the left side, and now they're going to get their second crack at Alexander. I worry that Alexander gets cracked here tonight with that second look that the Yankees have. We'll see if that is indeed the case. All right, our last game, San Francisco, Colorado. Giants minus 200 road favorites, 11 the total. You know, San Francisco in the NL is like Tampa in the AL. They're suddenly back in the wild card race. It's hard to believe, but like they're only 5 games back now. And they're playing outstanding at the moment. They're 9-1 in their last 10 games, San Francisco. They've won the first 2 games of this series. They're scoring runs in bunches. They're facing Germán Marquez, who just got bludgeoned in his last start by the Cubs. 8 runs, 4.1 innings. The problem is Robbie Ray has not pitched great the last couple. He got hammered by Baltimore the last time we saw him. Walks are becoming a problem. He's had 7 in the last 2 starts. Home runs are an issue, and that's a problem at Coors Field. This is definitely a Coors Field over, possibly, because it's one of these nights at Coors Field where it's wind, hot as hell. We're expecting, obviously, that to play a role a little bit. The total, yes, it's high, as it always is, but the weather's certainly conducive to the hitters tonight. And I think, again, it's a big total, so it's a small over bet, but I did bet the over a little bit here. C-Mac, what do you think? Giants, Rockies.
Yeah, just the Giants team total. The bats have got going in this run a little bit. Devers swinging a hot bat, so I think they get to Marquez. I was hoping to grab a 10.5. You know, yesterday it landed right out here on 11, but there were 10.5. The game went over, right, for the most part. I believe
it did.
Yeah, I think it gets over here. I really do. Ray, he had pitched so good. And he kind of had even those road games where I thought he'd get hit, and he kind of got by this year. He's giving it up a little bit here on the road, even his last start. You know what I think when I think that's what I mentioned Giants, it's like the Rockies just scoring like if they give you 4 or 5, that game goes over, and they could be live in the game. I have to trust their bats. A few good numbers, like Goodman's not crazy off Ray, but they're like 3 for 6. Beck's 3 for 6. A few others have some solid numbers. So they get to him. Not only it goes over, but maybe that good old Rockies get a win. But the Giants have just been red hot right now.
I'm not stepping
a game.
Let's go. Yeah.
A game too, though. They open around 225. This just dropped to under $200. Like this before, but kind of a game where I'd be all over the Rockies, especially when I run hot with them. But we know about my Rockies troubles. We don't need to get into it.
No question. Good stuff. All right, there you have it. All right, Jack of the day, home run props, C-Mac. Any you got?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty low earlier. Vlad Guerrero, I thought was a pretty good one there. I think he's right around plus 360 is the best number you could get. I'm going here, and I wanted to just double check the lineup. I'm on him. They've been playing in the 3-hole, which I like, which is fine. 3 or 4. I really didn't like him in that 2-hole. He's finally hitting better here. William Contreras for the Brewers. I just think Nola, maybe Yelich too, but Price was good as well. So Jack of the day with him, plus 500, and I'm on his Ribby. It's plus 180. I think there's good value there with the guy in Nola who's coughing it up.
Yeah, I like that for sure. No doubt. I like for the Brewers, Yelich. Yelich is homered against.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Both of them do. They were, I think, kind of had similar numbers.
You mentioned Vlad. He's homered against Zach Little, so that's the pause. Now, he's not hitting for power at all since that recent injury he had. He has not hit many home runs, but maybe finally we can buy in that tonight against a guy that is homered in the past. And Varsho is homered against Little in the past as well. So Dalton Varsho has got the power bat going right now too. He's hit a lot of homers the last few weeks for the Jays. So there's a couple there in that one. Let me see what else. There's I think a couple. You mentioned Contreras are there for
Montgomery. The prices, the guy's just red hot. You don't get a good price with like what you were with him, you know.
Couple of Giants that might be worth a look, and we know they're scorching right now, and it should be a warm night, ball flying at Coors Field. Willie Adames has hit 2 bombs against Germán Marquez in the past. So has Matt Chapman for the San Francisco Giants. So there you go. There's a couple. 2 home runs for both of those guys against Germán Marquez in the past. So there's definitely a couple to look for. I like those as well. Bichette, Suarez. Suarez has been kind of not what they were hoping for, Seattle, but he has had success against Hauser in the past. So, like I said, maybe you look toward Eugenio Suarez there in that one as well. All right, shout out to the chat before we get to best bets. Joey Moses, Nick Alvento, Robert Carlson, Old E. Let me see. Rich H, of course, one of the great friends there. He's of the Ice Guys show too. Brian Elfring. Appreciate all you guys joining us. Hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Make sure you check out College Football Week 2 hitting the books. We did that show yesterday. It's up and available. Check it out. Getting you ready for Week 2 in college football. Of course, we'll be back to the Monday time slot next week with the College Football Show, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. And we'll be back for our next show Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. MLB hitting the books to wrap up the week. All right, best bets to wrap up the show here for this Wednesday. C-Mac, what do you like here tonight for best bet?
Yeah, check out the videos. I got a bunch of games cut up too on there. Give us a like. That's about it. Give the show a like too on Twitter. I was going one that was going to here, but I'm going. Let's just get the plus money here. Fuck the Twins. They might score some runs, but give me the White Sox. First 5 plus 156.
There you go. White Sox.
First 5.
First 5 for the for Connor Mack in that one for his best bet on this Wednesday MLB slate. Best bet for me. I like the conditions. The total's reasonable, 8.5. Seattle, Tampa Bay. Let's go over the total. Over 8.5 minus 115. Mariners and Rays. I think there's a good chance we're going to see some runs there. And again, the weather is certainly benefiting the hitters in that game. So Seattle, Tampa Bay, over 8.5 for my best bet here for this Wednesday MLB slate.
I might move on the Rays we were talking about. I don't know if I want to do team total or just taking with the plus money versus Kirby. Also, NFL starts tomorrow. So
yep. Get ready.
Hit us up. Hit Babano or me. I know you can get all his stuff. Shoot me a DM. All my NFL, all my college.
Stuff. It's on
or go to Odd Shopper.
Odd Shopper. Yep. For me, I'm on too many platforms to name. Odd Shopper, but the main one is Dub Club.
I'll be on a few more. You're on the Dub Club, your main one.
Dub Club, SoBet, Odd Shopper. We're about to launch. Yeah, it's already up. The website, Wizard Sports Picks. We're excited to get that website going. I'm excited to be on there. It's a great, talented roster of bettors and handicappers. Free plays are posted every day. The subscriptions aren't available yet, but they will be, I believe, next week when the site goes full launch. And we'll get that up and running for those of you wanting to get on board with a subscription. And in the meantime, check out all the videos, all the shows, all the content. And I will have my NFL Week 1 edition of the Football Frenzy Show, Ian Cameron's Football Frenzy, tomorrow with Philip Nelson, former pro and college quarterback, joining me once again all season long to talk NFL throughout the season. So make sure you check that out. Starting tomorrow, we'll have that episode posted. We record it and then upload it to YouTube after that. So make sure you check that out. Great stuff. That's it. We're done. Thanks to everyone. Hit the like button on the way out. We appreciate it very much. For Connor Mack, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Wednesday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. And we will be back with you Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific for another edition of the MLB Hitting the Book Show. Until then, class dismissed.
Peace.